Welcome back. I'm now going to pick up where I left off and configure this topology. I should, however, at this point say that I do have site problems, so please bear with me. If I make any mistakes, I will try and correct them. I like to do all the configurations, so let's enter global configuration mode and do a service password encryption. This will ensure that all present and future passwords are hashed in the running config. Security password min-length of 10 will say that any passwords cannot be shorter than 10 characters. We now do the enable secret Cisco. There are two commands to this. There's the enable password and the enable secret. But if I just type in Cisco, not the strongest password in the world, but if I just type that in and press enter, you can see that it's too short because it needs to be a minimum of 10 characters because of the previous command. So we do just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the end. Next, we're going to do the banner. There's two banners. If we were using SSH to secure login and that sort of thing, then you would use a login banner. But for now I'm just going to use the message of the day. So I do a ban, message of the day, delimiting character. I like to make it look pretty, so I put a row of stars in. And we'll do, this is DHCP. And we'll do a no. And a row of stars to finish. Now we'll configure the line console. Password, again Cisco 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and log in. Now by itself that's fairly weak, so let's strengthen that a bit by doing the hyphen 5 minutes. The exe-timeout command would automatically log the user out of the console after 5 minutes of inactivity. Now we do the login sequentious command. Oops. That would stop any annoying syslog messages interrupting in the middle of a line. So now we do the line BTYs. There are 5 of these by default, but I'll have to do all 15, make sure everything's covered. Oops. So we can just use the up arrow now at this point and do a, no matter which order you put these in, they'll do the same thing. So do a login. Now we move on to the aux port, which is used for logging in via a modem. When I can get in. Just 1 second. That's better. Up arrow again. So we have now configured the console ports and the VTY lines. So now we're going to configure the interface. INTFA0/0, which is this one here. I'm going to give it the IP add of 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0, and we do the no shut. I should say I've already configured this one, so the interface is already up. I'm just going through it again to show you how I did it. And we exit. Now we need to configure this interface on this side. So this is INTFA0/1 IP add, oops, too many days, of 192.168.1.1, oops, 1, well that won't work. And no shut. And that is essentially this router configured. So I'll do a Control Z to get back out. Now you can type in copy running config, startup config, the entire command, or you can just do a WR, it's a shortcut, it still does the same thing. Now if we do a show run pipe to section line, which is not showing me. Oh, I see what I've done, capital L. Pipe to section line. They have to match or it won't do it. So these, you can see, just pipe to the section containing the line commands. So anything with the word line in. So the line aux and the line VTY, and you can see all of those are now configured. So we'll shut that window down and we'll start to work configuring the DHCP server. I have written the commands down here so you can see them, and we'll console in again, not that off. We will console in to the DHCP server. So I'm going to skip all the initial configuration this time and go straight to the configuring the interfaces. So I would start off with entering global configuration mode, IPv6 excluded addresses will be 10.1.1.1, which is this one here, to 10.1.1. Now pick a number, 5. That means it will not hand out IP addresses between 1 and 5. The first IP address will be 6. We do a IPCP pool. I'm just going to name it 10.1.1.0 underscore relay, not relap. Now the network we're going to be handing addresses out for is the network of 10.1.1.0/24. Basically, this command is saying we're handing out IP addresses for this network. Now we do the default router is 10.1.1.1. That is this interface here. DNS server DNS will be 10.1.1.1. Again, that is this interface here. The domain -name can be anything, your domain name. I'll just make it up, just call it after my own name. And the lease time, hang on, made a mistake there. In a server of 10.1.1.1. It's better. Where was I now? The lease, which is how long the IP address will be leased out to the host. Let's just say 5 days, 5 hours, 5 minutes. And that is essentially the DHCP server configured. I'm now going to configure the interface. This is a 252 or /30 because there will never be more than 2 addresses in a point-to-point link. So that we'll save that. Again, do a WR, and I'll show you how to configure the host. We do a no IP routing, essentially turning off IPv4. IP default router, gateway will be 1.1.1.1. I can just move that up, which will be this interface here. INT 0/0 IP add, and this time we put DHCP, essentially telling it to get its address from a DHCP server. We do a no shut and exit. We can see the host has received its IP address. So I'll do a WR and save that. Now if I go back to the server and do a show DHCP bindings, sorry I missed the IP, show IP bindings, we can see that the host has received its IP address, and this maps it to the interface. So with that I am running out of time, so I will close this video and explain in the next one more of these features. So thank you for watching.